Shalom. I'm going to start off this video giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, and your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, we're going to be building off of this video I got here from Dabu 7. And we're going to kind of just, be laying backing off of this through the spirit. And as you can see from the title of it, it says, what's about to happen? Top Trump officials are moving into military bases over assassination fears, you see. So ultimately, you got all of these different, people that are with Trump, like Stephen Miller, Pete Hegseth, and other different officials. They're all, putting things in order and, going and hiding, basically. Because we know that ultimately we're living in a time and season of civil war. And these devils know that ultimately, things are about to get worse here in Babylon the Great. You see, so that's why you ultimately got them hiding themselves, trying to go into their bunkers, go into their little facilities where they can hide and things like that. Because they know that once this stuff hits the fan, that, the people going to be coming for them, man. You see, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The scriptures say that there should be sedition among men, and these devils know that. So that's why they're ultimately trying to put everything in order. Ultimately now before the chaos actually comes, which is around the corner. So with that being said, I'm going to get straight into the video. Fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act.
What's up, guys? D7 back at you. As always, a lot going on out there, but we've got some moves being made here that I wanted to point out that we haven't seen at this level before. We've got multiple Trump administration officials, high-level officials, high positions, trying to move on to military bases. Many of them are making this move right now. Some already have. Others are trying. Now, Army Secretary Dan Driscoll, he's trying to make this move. Chrissy Noem was one of the first to do this. We also have now Stephen Miller packing his family up and moving into the area in D.C. known as General's Row or around that vicinity. You have Marco Rubio that lives on the base as well. You have Pete Hegseth. Then you have Tulsi Gabbard trying to get on to the base to live with her family. All because they fear for their lives. They're saying that they fear the repercussions of what is to come.
Right. And you hear what it is the guy said just for the little bit of the video I did allow to play. And he's absolutely right. You see, they're in fear for their lives because they know that ultimately once, stuff hit the fan here in Babylon, which we already see that is coming soon. It's around the corner. It's literally at the door. That guess what? These American people, man, they're going to blame these politicians, man. You see, because a lot of these people, especially these MAGA supporters, and people like that, these Edomites, and a few Jakes, they voted for these devils, man. They're the one that voted for Trump and, wanted this man to come into the office thinking that he was going to, make America great again and all of this madness. But now these people see that everything is only getting worse. And once things get worse than what we see happening now, then guess what? People are going to come after this government, man. They're going to be enemy number one in these times. So that's why you got these devils moving their family on to these military bases, ultimately to stay out of reach of all of the chaos that they know is about to ultimately manifest, you see. And like I said, the scriptures say that there will be sedition among men, right? And I'm going to look at that word sedition just on the AI overview for edification's sake, right? It says a conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch or basically the government, right? And when you go into the similar words in the meaning, it goes into insurgents, right? So basically, rebellion, right? So it's basically going to be an insurrection, right? And I'm going to look at that word insurrection as well, because this is what's coming. There's going to be an insurrection against the government, man. You see, all of these proud Americans, they're going to take arms into their hands and they're going to start fighting against this government, man. Right. Because like I said, they're going to blame them for all of the problems that they see happening in America, which they're already blaming them now. That's why we see the division in this place already, man. That's why you see these Babylonians protesting every week. You see, and things like that. All of this stuff is eventually going to brew over to civil war, man. You see, that's what's coming. Right. And the men of the Lord, starting out with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the Great Millstone and the men on down that teach the same doctrine. We've been warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians that Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring evil upon this place. You see. So this is the meaning of the word insurrection. It says a violent uprising against an authority or government. You see. So that's exactly what's about to happen. You're about to have a violent uprising. Right. with people with swords in their hands, which those today are the guns, fighting against this government, man. That's what you about to have taking place real soon, you know? And I'm going to go down to the similar words as well. It goes into a revolt, right? A uprising, right? Because that's what people are about to do. They're about to uprise, you know, people are about to start taking matters into their own hands. People are about to, you know, not regard their kings nor princes, right? That's what's coming. It says a riot, right? And sedition, right? So anarchy, unrest, right? Civil unrest, civil war, right? That's what's getting ready to come to America, man. You see? And this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. I grabbed this precept. It says, and I, right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Lord is ultimately the one that's ultimately about to allow these times to manifest here. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's talking about these Americans, these Babylonians, man. These people are about to be fighting against each other real soon. And like I said, the number one target in the eyes of these American people are going to be these politicians and the government, man. You see? It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom, man. You see? So, hey, that's what's soon come about to be happening here in the shores of America, Babylon the Great. You're going to have just complete chaos, man. You see? And like I said, these devils know it. That's why they're ultimately, you know, preparing, getting everything in order, because they got the 401 or the scoop, you would say, from these elites, these bankers at the top that are running things. They know that they're about to pull the plug on this place, America, soon. They know that ultimately that dollar is about to crash, and they know that these people are about to go crazy, man. You see? And they don't want to ultimately be around it when it happens, right? So I'm going to grab this precept as well through the Spirit. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Right. And I'm going to start at verse 14, because ultimately this is the time and season that we're in, man. This is what's about to come. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning destruction. Right. What did Lord Yahushua say in St. Matthew 10:34? To think not that I am come to send peace on earth, came not to send peace but a sword. That's representing division, chaos, destruction. That's all that's coming to this place, Babylon, man. Right. Verse 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. When something is not, that mean it's fastly approaching. It's near, you see, and this stuff is at the door, man. It's around the corner, literally, right? And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? That's your race wars, your class wars, your civil wars, your gender wars. That's that right there, right? Verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, right? People uprising against the government, right? And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings and the princes, right? And the kings and princes goes into these politicians, these government officials, the police, you know, the National Guard, all of these different things that we see these devils setting up and putting in place. Hey, it's coming to the time that these people ain't going to care about any of that, man. Right? What does it say in Matthew 24:12? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? These people ain't going to care about nothing at all, man. You see, and these people are already in that spirit now. How much more when things really hit the fan? You see what I'm saying? So people are going to get, you know, people going to behave erratically in these times, man. People going to act like animals. People not going to care about anybody. You see, everybody's going to be in that state of mind of just, you know, caring about themselves, man. You see, and we already see these people here in this place. America is like that as well. But it's going to get way worse when the chaos begins to ensue, you know. And I'm actually grab that precept and we'll come back. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Guess what? And we are definitely in the beginning of those perils, man. You see, and that word perilous goes into times that are dangerous, uncertain, or that are risky. You see, and we're definitely coming into some dangerous times, man. You see. But this is back in 2nd Esdras 15, verse 16. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? And ultimately, Esau Edom wants these things to happen, you see, because guess what? Once the chaos comes in, guess what? That gives this devil justification to go and roll in with his military. That's why it's no coincidence that you got Nero, that cruel Lord that it tells you about in Isaiah 19:4, which today is Trump. You know, you got him ultimately putting unrighteous decrees and draconian measures in order to where that, you know, when chaos happened, they're already going to have the National Guard in place, man. You see? So like I said, the stage is being set for all of these things to come, man. You see? And I'm actually go to an article that I have just touching on that, man. You see, through the Spirit, right? Because this is ultimately what's about to manifest here soon in the streets of America, man. You know, that's why we constantly go in on these same topics week in and week out through the Spirit. Because, hey, this is what the Lord is bringing, man. Right? And it's literally at the door. So this is the article right here that I have, right? Because like I said, everything is being set up, you know. And only those with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in them can see that everything is being set up. You see, everything is, you know, gradually being put in place, right? Gradualism. That's how this devil gets down. You go into that word gradualism. It means basically things being, you know, pushed in small steps, but it's all for a bigger purpose, right? And we understand why these devils are putting these military soldiers all throughout these cities. Because like I said, this devil's about to come in with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. Martial law, all of these different things are about to happen, right? But this is the article. And as you can see, it says the Pentagon orders 23,500 strong National Guard quick reaction force signaling a nationwide shift towards domestic unrest preparedness, right? So, hey, that letting you know that these devils know that civil unrest is coming to America, because why else would they be putting all of these things in place? You see, because they know what's coming, right? And the men of the Lord, we've been telling you Israelites of what's coming, man. You see, it says the Pentagon directive equips guard units with batons, shields, and tasers as critics warn the plan risks turning U.S. cities into militarized zones, right? And that's exactly what's coming for Babylon, man. Like I said, they're going to lock this place down, right? But ultimately, in order for them to do that, guess what? They need the chaos, right? So I'm going to get back to 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm going to start at verse 17. It said, a man, right, shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Guess what? You're going to have martial law in place. You won't be able to move around freely. And like I said, this is all these devils setting up for their new world order, man. Trying to establish their enterprise, which we know is ultimately going to fail. But all of this is ultimately the design and the layout for the RFID microchip, the MOTB. You see, because in the midst of all of this chaos going on, like I said, the crashing of the American dollar is going to happen. You see, these devils are going to slide in this MOTB system, which we already see the infrastructure is already set for it. That's why you got all of these countries worldwide. They're all going digital. You see, all of this stuff is about design, man. You see, and it ultimately is going to happen because it's prophecy. And we know that these things have to happen. You see, as it tells us in Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we are definitely in those times and seasons now where these prophecies are no longer tarrying, where everything is beginning to manifest, you see. But this is verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. That's how bad it's about to get out here, man. Right? Men are going to be afraid, you see. It tells you that in Jeremiah 30. Right? Let me grab that. And I'm going to start at verse 6, right? Getting straight to the point. And it says, ask ye now, right, and see whether a man doth travail with child. And we know the answer to that is no, that a man cannot conceive and bring forth a child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. That's about to happen to these people here soon in America, and that's going to be done by the fear of everything that these people are about to see happening. Because, hey, these Babylonian people don't believe in their mind that these things that we're warning them of is going to happen. And I'm talking about for our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, mainly the 2/3 of Jake that are not listening and hearkening unto the messages from the prophets. These people don't think that what we're telling them about is going to come. These people don't think this devil's about to come in with great wrath. You see, but hey, you people going to see it. And guess what? In that day when these things happen, which is fastly approaching, guess what? You're going to have men's hearts failing them for fear, man. It tells you that in Luke 21 and 26, right? And I'm going to grab that precept through the Spirit as well, because this is what's coming, man. You see, it says men's hearts, right? Their literal hearts, man. People going to be having heart attacks, man. This is how bad it's about to get out here in America, because guess what? These people are about to experience and see a lot of things that they never thought would happen in their lifetimes, man. You see? Men's hearts fell in them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, man. So you see, this is what's getting ready to happen in America. You see, a lot of chaos, a lot of evils, man. You see, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is ultimately bringing, you know. So, yeah, like I said, that's what we see the stage being set for, man. All of this chaos that's soon about to unfold. And like I said, that's why you got these government officials and these politicians, they're hiding and putting themselves up, man. They know that, hey, stuff is about to hit the fan real soon, you know. So I'm going to get back into the video real quick through the Spirit, and we're just going to watch the rest of it, you know. But, hey, these are the things that are coming down the pipeline, you know. And it's right here, you know. So like I said, you know, time is short for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You see, you should be seeking the Lord in this time, man, because, hey, the doors of mercy are fastly closing, right? Things are about to get worse. You know, and we say this every day, but hey, it's the truth. That's what's coming. You see?
Around that vicinity. You have Marco Rubio that lives on the base as well. You have Pete Hegseth. Then you have Tulsi Gabbard trying to get on to the base to live with her family all because they fear for their lives. They're saying that they fear the repercussions of what is to come with protests, with riots, assassination attempts, all this stuff. And then there's more that they will not name because of national security and to keep them safe. They will not name these individuals. So we don't even know who they are that they're moving into the base because they all fear for their lives. So we've seen a lot of action, a lot of protest over the years, BLM, we've seen all kinds of crap. We've never seen officials start to flip out and geek out like this and go running for cover into the military bases. It's as if they're expecting something huge to happen.
Right. And you hear what it is Dabu just said. And that's exactly what they know. Because like I said, these devils behind the scene, they're getting the intel from these elites. And they know that, guess what? All hell about to break loose soon here in America. They know that. Right. And the men of the Lord, like I always say, you see, like all of the men of the Lord say, you see, starting out with the elder apostles and the elder bishops, we're telling you Israelites that the Lord is about to bring judgment, man. You see, and I'm actually grab this precept as well, because this is ultimately the spirit of what Jake is in this time, man. Right. Our people still in the spirit of mirth, playing, having fun, celebrating. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to bring evil, man. You see, things are not about to, go back to normal, how you people like to believe and think, man. Things are only going to get worse. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem, right, which is a people before as a place, right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians with candles, and punish the men, right, and women that are settled on their leads, because that's the spirit that Jake is in right now, the 2/3, the good majority of our people. They're settled on their leads. They're comfortable here in Babylon the Great. You see, these people don't think that none of these evils that the prophets are warning them of is going to come. They don't think that civil unrest, Jacob's trouble, all of the things that we've been speaking for years is actually going to manifest. But guess what? We're in the time now where these things are about to, show themselves, man. You see? It says that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And that's the spirit that Jake is in, man. You see, they don't believe Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is ultimately about to bring judgment, because all of this stuff that we're about to see manifest is all judgment and wrath coming from the Heavenly Father, man. You see, but Jake doesn't believe that. You see, but hey, y'all about to get a rude awakening, right? As it tells us right here, this is Ezekiel chapter 12. And I'm going to start at verse 25, right? And I'm going to read on down to 28. And it says, for I am the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, I will speak. And the word, right? What is the word of the Lord? The prophecies, all of these things that we're warning that's coming down the pipeline, right? That I shall speak shall come to pass, right? It shall be no more prolonged. And that's the time and season we are in, where guess what? These prophecies are no longer prolonging, right? Where things are beginning to speak loud and clear. Things are heating up. Things are, manifesting themselves more quickly, right? Because what did the Lord say that he was going to do? Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. So the Lord is speeding up time, man. That's why you see things manifesting so fast, right? That's why you see these devils moving so quickly as well, right? It says, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power, right? And we definitely in that time where Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to perform the things that his men, his prophets have been speaking, man. You see? As it tells you in Psalms 119 and verse 126, it is time for thee, O Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law, man. So, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the one that's sitting back in the background, orchestrating and controlling everything that we see ultimately about to manifest, man. All of the things that are about to happen, all of the evil that's about to, unfold. You see, the Lord is the one that's bringing it. Right. Verse 26. Again, the word of the Lord came to me saying, right. Verse 27, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off, right? And that's what Jake tells us when we're out there on the highways and the byways. Even though you can see that the painting is on the wall of everything that we're saying is literally, coming to life in these people's faces, they still are in that spirit of thinking everything is just, normal, man. And it's not, you see. But that's why I told you in Proverbs 22 and 3 that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right. And then we're living in a time of season where the Lord is about to bring judgment upon a lot of people, man. You see, verse 28, therefore saith to them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the words which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right. So like I said, we're in that time where evils and only evils are about to increase, you see, and things are about to heat up, man. Right. So I'm gonna get back into the video. We're going to finish it off. Right.
particulate in the air. The question is, what, when? It could be a combination of things, but one thing's for sure at this point. They're telegraphing that they know something huge is coming that's going to make the people upset en masse. And they're basically running into hiding, into a protective space here. And I expect more to follow. If I get names on these individuals they're trying to keep under wraps, I'll update. I'll let you guys know.
Right. So we basically heard what he said. And like I said, that's exactly what they're doing. You see, they're going in their bunkers and hiding and doing all of this stuff they're doing because they know that ultimately once stuff hit the fan, that guess what? These people going to be coming for them first. Right. So, yeah, this is what's, about to happen, man. Like I said, we are in those times. But with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying. Just something quick through the spirit. To the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.